Hello guys, and welcome back to another video, and I'm back in my BMW 130i, and today we are going to be doing the cruise control retrofit. So I have here all of the parts that I need to do the retrofit. So we have the squib, the steering angle sensor, and the extra cruise control stalk. Now I may or may not need to swap over some of my original stalks over to this one. I believe that the wiper stalk on this one is only for the front wipers. It doesn't have a rear wiper because this is actually removed from a BMW E90, I believe. So I may need to just swap that over. That's not going to take very long at all. But then we also need the trim pieces as well, just to allow for the extra stalk for the cruise control stalk. But yeah, this process is going to be pretty much the same no matter what BMW you have. But yeah, I think we'll get into things now, and yeah, let's get cracking. Okay then, so first thing we need to do is remove the steering wheel, and to remove the steering wheel you actually have to remove the airbag, and the airbag on the BMW 1 and 3 series is just held in by a couple of springs. So to access the springs, what you need to do is use a flat bladed screwdriver and push it through the side, and then you just want to push until you feel resistance with a clip. And there you go, see the airbag pops off, and on the other side as well. And once you have the airbag popped off, you just need to release the connections on the back. You just need to lift up these tabs, and they prise up. And then the connectors should pull out. Like so, and that's the airbag removed. Then there is a couple of connectors that go into the squib itself, so they just need to be removed. Just pull out like so. And then the steering wheel is just held in by one 16mm bolt. So we'll get that removed. Go, that's a 16mm bolt, and the steering wheel should just pull off. There we go. And now what we need to do is remove the trim pieces. So they're actually just held in by clips, so just basically clip together. So if I pull the bottom one down, it needs to be prized apart. There we go. There we go, that's the bottom part removed, and now we should have access to the bolts around the squib. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts. It looks like T25 or T30. Okay, so they are T25. Go, and this should now just pull off. We have a couple of connectors at the back. They should just unplug quite easily. There's one, and there's the other one unplugged, and now this should pull off. There we go, that's that removed. And now what I need to do is actually remove the original wiper stalk off my original steering column switch and install it onto this one, replacing this one, because like I said, this is from an E90, so it doesn't have the rear wiper option. Okay then, so we have my original wiper stalk from my BMW 1 series onto the new SZL, which basically means a steering column switch cluster. And to swap over one of these stalks, all you need to do is essentially prise up the clips on the rear. There is 3 holding it in, and then this should drop out, and then you have to disconnect the ribbon cable, just trace it back, pull it out, and then essentially just reinstall your new stalk. But with that done, we can now go ahead and refit this back onto the steering column, and it's held in by the 4 T25 bolts. Okay then, so this just slots over and the bolt holes should line up. Have you got a I'll do them by hand first.
By hand?
Yeah, because I don't want to cross-thread it.
You're not cross-thread it. It's on slow motion.
No, but I want to thread. They're not even in a thread yet. Hold on. And now that this is on, I've got to plug the connections back in. There we go. And now we can go ahead and install our new lower cowling piece. And it should all click together like that. And now that the cowling trims are reinstalled, we can go ahead and reinstall the steering wheel, and then just plug the connectors back in. And now we can reinstall our 16mm bolt. And I'm just going to torque it down. There we go. And now we can reinstall our airbag, just the 2 connectors. And then this can just be pushed back into place. And there we go, that is the airbag back on, and that is the installation complete. Okay then, so here is how we're looking. As you can see, we now have the extra stalk with the cruise control. Obviously this is for the indicators, and then we have the original stalk for the 1 Series for the wipers. But I'm going to go ahead and turn the ignition on and then see how we're looking. And it looks like we have a whole bunch of errors. Let's see what we're looking like. Yep, steering angle sensors, ABS, and a flat tire monitor. So all of those error codes are essentially because the steering angle sensor needs to be recalibrated, and because we have bought this across from an E90 and that doesn't have the rear washers or the rear wipers in general, that all needs to be reprogrammed as well, but we're going to be going on to that in a little bit. Okay then, so we have the ICOM all set up to the laptop over here. We're actually going to be going over to BMW Dr. Dean's channel for part 2. We're going to be doing all the reprogramming, the recalibration, and all the coding. And yeah, so go check it out on Dean's channel for part 2. So I just want to thank all of you guys for watching this part 1 of the cruise control retrofit. Please give this video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so, and make sure you go ahead and check out Dean's channel for part 2. And I'll see you all in that next video. Peace!